Allah Ta'ala is free from change and transition. There is no transition from one place to another, nor is there a change from one state to another. He is free from union and separation. Union means joining and separation means parting. But if I look at your Wahhabi mindset, you think that he settled on the throne with his essence, which would imply, Allah forbid, the attribute of localization. Then when it is said that he descends to the first heaven after 2/3 of the night, what happens? It would mean separating from the throne. This would require union with the first heaven. Could such a thing happen? Then it would require departing from the throne and needing to be present here. Blasphemy. Now when you say Allah does not change from one state to another, nor from one attribute to another, you can say so, but that is a separate matter. Can you imagine something like this? Does Allah have the attribute of providing? He does. And does He withhold provision from some? He does. I understand Al-Mutiyu, the giver, is He. Al-Maniyu, the withholder, is also He. But He does not do this arbitrarily. There is no transition of states here. Because He also possesses the attribute of giving and the attribute of withholding. We recite the beautiful names Asmaul Husna. These names are also sublime attributes, Sifatul Ulya. From each of His names, an attribute belonging to Allah is derived. Is it unnecessary to know His names? If you don't know His names, then you don't know His attributes either, brother. He is the one who benefits and He is also the one who harms. If you say, Allah has benefited me so far and now He is harming me, you are speaking incorrectly. He is not harming you. Allah brings good out of evil. Even in that there is benefit for you. Of course, you don't understand this, but never mind. You only consider food and drink as benefits. Perhaps He has reduced your sustenance for your own good to prevent harm to your heart. So when you say Allah is the one who benefits and harms, does Allah change from Nafi, the beneficent, to Dar, the harmer? Absolutely not. Why? Because the attribute of benefiting belongs to Him and the attribute of harming also belongs to Him. He is not detached from His attributes. He simply puts one of them into action. Even though something may seem harmful to you for another creation at the same time, He is Nafi. Therefore, the attribute of Nafi is the attribute of Dar, the attribute of Al-Mutiyu, the giver, the attribute of Al-Maniyu, the preventer, the attribute of Al-Muhi, the giver of life, and the attribute of Al-Mumit, the taker of life, are all active at the same time. This is what the verse refers to. Kulla yawmin huwa fi shanin, Rahman 29. There is neither seconds nor time in His action. Allah is constantly in an act and a state. No action distracts Him from another. Thus, all His attributes are operational. All His names are active. In Allah, there is never inactivity. No attribute or name of His is idle. It never has been, nor will it ever be. You must know this. He cuts off the sustenance of the deceased. But brother, there are so many living beings that the attribute of Ar-Razik remains active. If this person has died, he no longer needs sustenance. At this moment, the attribute of El-Mumit, the taker of life, has manifested upon him. Thus, all names and attributes are working simultaneously. At the same time, some are being born, some are dying, some are facing calamities, some are groaning, and some are laughing. All the beautiful names and the Sifatul Ulya are active simultaneously. That is why Allah is free from change. Those subject to change are you, me, the creation and events. In the heavens, there are constant changes. In the constellations, there are constant changes. In the sun, there are constant changes. Things that set, things that go, things that come. What evidence did Prophet Ibrahim use to convince his people? Did he say, could this star be my Allah? But when the star set before dawn, it ceased to be visible. He said, what kind of thing is this that disappears? I do not like those that disappear. Here is where change occurred. However, the star remained in its place, but as daylight appeared, it ceased to be visible. When it ceased to be visible, change occurred in your perception. That is why he said, I have nothing to do with that which changes. This is the point. Then the same thing happened with the sun. It illuminated everything, warmed everything, helped crops grow and so on. Could this be my Allah? It too disappeared. From this side it set, but from another side it rose. But ultimately what is there? Change. It is subject to change. It is said that 8 angels will carry the throne. On the day of judgment, currently 4 angels are carrying it. Later there will be 8. Now the carriers are 4, but they will become 8. The throne changes, the footstool changes, everything changes, but Allah in His essence, names and attributes is not subject to change. However, if one of His attributes ceases to act upon you, that attribute is still active on another. There is nothing difficult to understand here. Ignorance is unnecessary. Allah Ta'ala is free from change and transition.